Brian, this is where I bring you into the show.
Yes.
You won Twitter.
Yes.
Because we talked about this off the air.
We did.
If you want to make the Oral Derricks joke for Lafayette or LSU,
yeah, sure.
I'm never ever saying a word to you ever again.
That's right.
Every stereotype that you have about LSU people or the Louisiana people that I shook my head at, and I said, he's just doing the Ole Miss thing to Louisiana. No. Joel, I love my job. Part of the reason I love my job is I get to go to places I've never been before, and road trips are always fun for me. That was the worst experience I've ever had as a beat writer. Worst. And I'm not going to go as far as Brian by saying that they're not people, but I don't know what they are because I can't understand them when they talk. That's the first thing. Joel, at Ivy League schools, they still teach Latin, which I don't know if you know this or not, is a dead language. Nobody speaks Latin anymore, all right? Here's my suggestion, and I'm dead serious about this. And you think I'm kidding. I'm dead serious about this. We need to teach Cajun in schools as a foreign language. Because a kid in Michigan will be benefited by learning Cajun if he has to go to New Orleans for business eventually during his life. Because, Joel, I swear to God, I am telling you the God's honest truth. You want to hook a polygraph up to me right now? I swear to God, I'm telling the truth. I can't understand these people when they talk. I can pick out words and sentences, and I think I can figure it out. It goes over my head.
Well, you tweeted about an encounter with the Lafayette law one particular
Joel?
night.
Law? There ain't no law down there.
Rules? There are no rules here.
Were you able to understand the officer?
No. A guy who I used to cover Mississippi State with, by the name of Michael Wardlaw, told me he got a ticket in Lafayette, and it went like this. He told the cop, "Officer, I cannot understand what you're saying. Just write me the ticket and let me go." I could pick out words, Joel, like lights, or turn. But there was not full sentences that I was able to comprehend from this officer. Now, there were other peripheral, let's just call them social reasons, let's say, why I may not have been able to understand this officer, which is a new one for me too. Let's just say he had the guts to ask me if I'd been drinking, and I wanted to ask the same question. But I couldn't understand him. I could not understand him. Joel, we are sitting behind season ticket holders at Lafayette, and they are saying things like to other people, like just randomly in conversation, and it's like me being in Barcelona. I have no idea what they're saying.
It's not America.
It's not. You know what? It's not. Because here was my other task, Joel. I had to check out of my hotel on Monday at noon, okay? So I gave myself a goal. I'm going to go find a neighborhood in Lafayette where I would buy a house, raise a family, and it would be a nice place to live. I spent 90 minutes in my car driving around Lafayette, Joel, and I didn't come up with one neighborhood that I would find decent enough to stay and live. Joel, I could throw a stone in Starkville, Mississippi, and find a place that I would consider really, really nice and be happy to live there. Okay? It's the worst place in America. It's the worst place in America.
My favorite foreign city to visit is New Orleans.
Yes.
It's not in America.
It's not in America. I'm not going to go as far as to say they're not people.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they are. Because they don't speak English, and it's not French, but I don't know what it is.
They're the missing link.
Right.
But if you believe in evolution between apes and humans, there's Cajuns.
And people make fun of Orgeron, right? Orgeron ain't got nothing on these people.
Yeah, he's been away long enough that he's learned, a little bit of English.
They look at Orgeron and they're like, really?
That's our hero.
They probably think Orgeron's a Yankee. Like, Joel, I got pulled over quickly, and I know we're going to go over, but let me indulge people. If you didn't see it on Twitter, I got pulled over, and the officer said I didn't have my lights on. I wasn't 300 feet from the stadium, by the way. I couldn't have been speeding, so I didn't know what it was. I had my brights on because I was going to go through a neighborhood, which, by the way, wasn't a great neighborhood, to get to my hotel that wasn't lit. So I had my brights on. So I recognized the word lights, and I went, oh, so I have my brights on. Is that why you pulled me over? Because I'll turn them off, but I'm going through a neighborhood that's not lit, and I wanted to have brights on. He goes, no, I meant your turn signal light. Like, you couldn't.
You almost had it there.
I almost had it there. Like, you didn't signal when you made that turn. I was like, I haven't turned yet. And then he goes, oh, yeah, you're right. And he hands me back my license, and as I grab my license, he goes, you haven't...
Matt mixes that northern voice with the Cajun voice.
And he goes, you haven't been drinking, right? And I go, no, I haven't been drinking. And he had backup. Joel, there's a cop car behind his. They think I stole the car. I'm pretty convinced of this, and I'm sitting here going, why in the world would I steal a Ford Focus? That was my rental car. Food. That's it. That's all they know how to do. That's it. That's all they know how to do. I
may go back and put Zydeco music over this.
I didn't have a bad meal all week, Joel, but the rest of it was an absolutely horrid experience. Horrid experience. Like it was awful. It was awful. And if Obama wants to cut Louisiana from the Union tomorrow, we're better off. Like, we are better off as people.
There's only one human being that's good down there, and that's Bobby Boucher's mama.
And Dak Prescott.